It ain't our ball. It ain't our ball. It ain't our ball. It's our ball, ain't it? It's our ball. Hey!
Welcome back to the Casual Gym YouTube channel, and it's 10K Bryant, and we're back here with another mock draft. Today's mock draft is going to be for the Atlanta Falcons. They currently had the 15th overall pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, first round. And first, I want to talk about what they did last year. So last year, the Falcons went out and added Kirk Cousins as their big free agent move. Me personally, I was fine with the move until what they did in the draft, and we all know in the draft they took Michael Penix. I think that was pick 8. Me personally, I didn't agree with that. I looked at it two ways. I'm like, if you can go pay Kirk Cousins all this money, why go draft a quarterback at 8 overall? It's like you're planning for this Kirk Cousins situation to fail because Michael Penix is one. He's an older rookie, so let's say the Kirk Cousins thing did work this year, which we know it didn't work this year, but if it did work this year, Kirk Cousins was good for 2-3 years. So that means by the time Michael Penix got his first real time playing, he would have been what? I think he in the draft he was 24. He would have been like 27, 28 years old in his first real NFL snaps. So now you throwing this guy in who you expect to be ready right away, but he's had no real NFL experience his first few years behind Kirk Cousins. It's like it was like a wasted pick. And like we saw this year, Kirk Cousins didn't play well. So taking Michael Penix was a good deal in that sense. But then you paid Kirk Cousins all this money. So you just wasted all this money on Kirk Cousins. I just feel like they should have either went all in on Kirk Cousins or all in on Penix. Because they could have took Penix in the draft and just used that money somewhere else. And they could have been way more competitive last year in a weak division with the Panthers, Saints, and Bucks. Like they could have been way more competitive. They could have used that money towards the defensive side of the ball. They probably could have added some more stuff on offense for Penix because you're moving on with Penix, which I think is the right idea to do. I think it's the right thing to do, and I believe in Penix. I was a fan of Penix coming out of college. I just feel like last year they wanted to put their eggs in a little bit too many baskets when they should have went all in on either Kirk Cousins or Michael Penix. Me personally, I like Penix. I like the Penix pick, so I would have just took Penix, wouldn't even went after Kirk Cousins, and just used that money for something else. But yeah, so they are in this situation now. Penix got in later in the season because Kirk Cousins really had a terrible year. Really didn't look the same after that Achilles injury. So this offseason, they're going to be looking to probably either release him or trade him. Probably trade him. So we do 2 mock drafts. One draft we don't do any trades. The second draft we do in this video, we're gonna have trades in it. So I plan on probably trading Kirk Cousins. In the second draft, he's probably only worth a 5th or 6th round pick. So I'll probably just, since these are 5-round drafts, I'll probably just trade him for a 5th round pick. Most likely he probably gonna end up on the Browns or somebody like that. So that's probably gonna be the main team to trade with in this draft with Kirk Cousins. They do have some big free agents this year. Let's look at some of these free agents. You have Matthew Judon, who I think they traded for last year. Their defense was really trash this year. The secondary wasn't that great. They didn't really have no consistent pass rush. Just in this draft, we probably going to be looking at a pass rusher realistically with that first pick. They brought in Justice Simmons. He didn't really play that great. He was okay. Jesse Bates really had a great year at safety, so I think they definitely look to build around him on that defense. You got Lorenzo Carter, Mike Hughes, Richie Grant, Catavia Street, bunch of other lower end players that they might bring back, might not bring back. So since this draft is before free agency, we're not gonna worry about too much about who they're gonna bring in free agency. We just gonna do this draft based off the needs they currently have going into free agency, basically. So whatever needs that we don't address in this draft, let's just assume they address those needs in free agency, or whatever, or through trades or whatever. So yeah, let's hop into this draft real quick. Oh yeah, before I forget, this is a series. We're doing all 32 NFL teams. I currently have about 6 or 7 NFL drafts. My last draft was the Philadelphia Eagles. That draft is doing really well. We up to like 500 views. Let's try to double that with this draft and get this up with more views, more likes, and click the subscribe and post notifications. And yeah, let's hop into this draft real quick. All right, we're ready to start. All right, so according to PFF, the Falcons needs. Don't get on me in the comments because Eagles fans will get on me in the comments for some of the needs that I said that the Eagles needed when I was just quoting what PFF said. I don't necessarily agree sometimes with all the needs that PFF has. They look at some things differently than me. This is just my opinion. But according to PFF, the needs for the Falcons are wide receiver, edge rusher, linebacker, and cornerback. So up on the board right now, the 15th pick, some of the top players available are Tyler Warren. Hey, Kyle Pitts hasn't looked that great with the Falcons. They took I think he was like the 8th pick or something like that too. He was a high draft pick also. He hasn't really panned out for the Falcons. Like he just has potential. He shows the flashes. You start to believe in him for a week or two. Then he just it's like virtually a no show the rest of like half the year. So Tyler Warren is available right here at tight end. I don't know if you go tight end right here. Or you might give Pitts another year. I don't know. I don't think he's free. I didn't see his name up there. I don't know if they're gonna trade him either. But I don't think we go tight end here. James Pierce Jr., who's probably been mocked to the Falcons in a bunch of different drafts, a bunch of other people in mock drafts. He makes sense here at 15. Edge rusher. They definitely need an edge rusher. Let's see who else they got. You got Will Johnson, cornerback. Like him and AJ Terrell together could be him, AJ Terrell, Jesse Bates. That could solve the secondary, really improve that secondary. He is coming off a kind of injury prone year. You got Josh Simmons, tackle. Mecca Ibuka. They could. I do think they need another wide receiver. Penix and what's his name? The wide receiver they Drake London. Penix and Drake London had a great connection this year. He was like the real only consistent target for Penix this year. But it really showed that Drake London is a very promising player. He just needed that type of quarterback play. So he looks good. So Mecca Ibuka will be a great pickup. Kelvin Banks, Derek Harmon, Mikael Williams, a bunch of other edge rushers. With this first pick, dang, the Falcons only have 3 picks in the top 5 rounds. So this first draft is gonna go probably pretty fast. The second draft, we're gonna make a trade here or there, maybe try to pick up some more picks just to make this video a little more entertaining, a little bit longer. But we're gonna go with the obvious pick. We're gonna go James Pierce Jr. with the Falcons' first pick. Might do something a little different in the second draft. But we'll see. Like the Falcons don't have much room to do much in this draft this year. So we're gonna try to make the best of what we can with these picks. All right, they back up on the board right now. We already solved the edge rusher issue, picking up James Pierce Jr. Now back on the board at 46. Some of the top players available are Xavier Watts, Prince Emmanuel, Jack Sawyer, just more edge rushers. In the second draft, I might not go edge rusher in the first round if guys like Jack Sawyer and Prince Emmanuel are here in the second round. So, but you got Alfred Collins, you got Cam Scottaboo, Carson, Xavier Restrepo, Darren Porter Jr. I like Darren Porter Jr. He's a big corner, a big physical corner, very athletic. Could definitely pair him up in that secondary. Since they don't have many picks, I do think I'm probably going to lean defense in this draft since I think that's the most glaring part of their most glaring issues their team has is their defense. And I think their division, like, they don't have to make many moves to compete, really. They competed this year, especially when Michael Penix got in there. He really looked good. They were starting to compete at the end of the year. I think they're not far away from making the playoffs. Like, this is not a division with a bunch of powerhouse teams. So I think just fix the biggest needs this year. Like offense, you have some issues on offense. You have some spots you could improve on, but your offense is good enough for this division. That defense is not good enough for any division right now. So I think we're gonna lean defense fixing the defense this draft. Ooh, Omar Norman Lott. I really like him. They do have Grady Jarrett, I think his name. J.D. Higgins and wide receiver. Him and Drake London. That'll be 2 big wide receivers. Xavier Watts safety. You could pair him up with Jesse Bates back there. That would be nice. They don't pick again till 116. So you got to hit on this pick. Darren Porter Jr. is nice. But I think Xavier Watts here, safety. Him and Jesse Bates back there could really like help that secondary. So we're gonna go Xavier Watts here with their second pick. They say they need cornerback, but safety, I think they could use safety also, especially Richard Grant being a free agent. Also, Josh Simmons being a free agent. He didn't really pan out the best. He was okay. Now we're back on the board here at 116. Top players available are Jalen Milroe, don't need quarterback. Riley Leonard, don't need quarterback. Yeah, that big gap where they had no picks could really hurt them this year in the draft, where they just gonna have to take best available probably. I like Jacob Parrish from Kent State, cornerback. Get him. He's has 77 man coverage grade. Has 64. I mean, he has 77 zone coverage grade, 64 man coverage grade. 5'10", 198. Not the biggest corner, but he's solid. Who else here? Let me see. Let's see. All right, got Zy Alexander from LSU, another cornerback. 6'2", 194. So he's a lot bigger, a lot length, a lot longer cornerback. Had a 81 overall coverage grade. Had a 80 zone coverage grade, 65 man coverage grade. I'm not totally sure the Falcons play more man or zone. I can't remember. I watched them here and there this season, but as you know, the channel is called the Casual GM, so I'm not diving deep into every single team and what schemes they run. I know some team schemes. I don't know other team schemes, so that's what y'all fans are for. Y'all can comment on down below who y'all would rather pick, who y'all think are better fits for your team. Antoine Powell Ryland, you could double up on edge rusher here. Like, they really getting a pass rush is very important for them. And you can force the quarterback to get the ball out faster. Your secondary doesn't have to be as good as hold up and coverage as long. I like Zy Alexander a lot. LSU, bigger corner. Yeah, we're gonna take. We're gonna take Zy Alexander here at 116. All right, so they said we did a great job this draft. They didn't have no real feedback on who should have, no feedback on who we should have taken. We in the top 25% of Falcons draft on PFF. So we only took 3 players. First pick we took on James Pierce Jr. from Tennessee, address the edge rusher need. I decided to take Xavier Watts over a cornerback in the second round. I think pairing him and Jesse Bates up together. Xavier Watts is a very good corner for Notre Dame. I think great Jesse Bates could definitely mentor him. And having 2 good safeties can really help your secondary. Then I went and picked a cornerback in the 4th round, pick 116. We took Zy Alexander. So we still addressed the cornerback area. Just maybe not a safer player, maybe not as known a player as Alexander. And that was it for the first draft. Let me know how y'all think about these picks. What y'all think about these picks. We better jump into the next draft real quick. And yeah, in that draft we're gonna be trading Kirk Cousins. All right, here the second draft. This draft, like I said, we're gonna be trading Kirk Cousins. Let's go ahead and enter this draft. All right, let's start this draft. All right. So we do have some trade offers for the 15th overall pick. I do want to look at some of these offers. Maybe you could pick up an extra pick in like the 4th round or something. Because they do only have 3 picks, so I'm gonna be looking to trade back and pick up some more picks for the second draft, just so it could be a little bit more entertaining, a little bit different. Because yeah, not too many. The Falcons not gonna have too many like big mock drafts out there because they just don't have a lot of picks. So unless you're doing trades, their mock drafts aren't gonna be that entertaining. So up here right now we got Denver on the Broncos offering the 20th pick for the 15th pick. Yeah, let's see what other picks they got. I don't think they give up the 84th pick to move up 5 spots. You got the Ravens at 27. They have the 91st pick. I could see them offering that to move up 7 spots now. So yeah, I think we're gonna trade with the Ravens right here for 27 because this is a deep pass rusher class. So you can still pick up a great edge rusher at 27 and you pick up another pick on the 91st pick. I think that would be what, 3rd rounder? I think 3rd rounder, yeah. And all we got to do is give it the 15th pick. Let me know if y'all think that's too much for the 15th pick or not enough. But yeah, we're gonna make that deal. So boom, we traded with the Ravens. They get pick 15. We pick 27 and another 3rd round pick this year. So now we got 4 picks in the 5th round. Me in this 5 round draft. Now I'm about to make the Kirk Cousins trade. Like I said earlier, we probably gonna just go ahead. Let me see. Did the Browns take a quarterback right now? Let me look at these picks. If the Browns did not take a quarterback, then let's see. Let's see who the Browns took. No, the Browns did not take a quarterback, so they definitely a team we could trade with. They took Tech McMillan, number 2 overall. That's crazy. He's good, but if you're gonna take somebody not quarterback for them, I would have took Travis Hunter. I mean, he could play both positions, corner and wide receiver. But yeah, let's go ahead trade Kirk Cousins real quick. Trade. Select player. Kirk Cousins. And we're gonna trade with the Browns. Might have to force the trade because I ain't trying to haggle too much. Yeah, like I said, I think you probably gonna get. I think the Falcons at max can get a 5th or 6th rounder. The team got to really be desperate to me to give up a 4th rounder for Kirk Cousins. And I think if you trade Kirk Cousins post June 1, the Falcons do save some money, which should help. I think for agency, so that's probably what they're gonna do in real life: trade them instead of release them. I don't think Kirk Cousins is trying to back up a young quarterback right now. He's still trying to prove he can bounce back from the injury. All right, Cleveland Browns. Pick 164. That's like a 164 in the 4th round. Was that a 5th round pick? Let's see. Yeah, we're gonna trade pick 164. Kirk Cousins. I feel like they can get a little bit more for that. Yeah, all right, we're gonna put 164 and like 7th rounder next year. That's what the Falcons get. We're not doing too much. Trade accepted. All right. So we pick up 164. We got rid of Kirk Cousins. All right. Now we can get into the draft. Now we can finally take some players and stuff. All right. And a great pass rusher up on the board right now for Texas A&M, Nick Scorton. He's available. You got Mark Mimbu, tackle. You got Derek Alexander. I really like him. He did really well at the Senior Bowl. You got Josh Conley Jr. Not totally. Well, I did watch the Falcons a little bit. Their offensive line, I can't remember where they're better. I think they were better like at run protection instead of pass protection, but so they could go offensive line right here. But like I said, I think fix the defense, fix the defense in the draft. Maybe go fix the offense in free agency. Nick Scorton here. Jalen Walker played at Georgia. He could be a fan favorite. He's still really he's a raw player. Not the biggest edge rusher. Well, he's a linebacker, but he's mainly rushes off the edge. Trey Amos, he's a really good corner. Shavon Ravel has really great upside. Coming off an ACL injury, so I'm not sure how he's going to bounce back from that. Could be a little risky to take him in the first round. Same thing with Benjamin Morris. He would definitely be a first round corner if not for the hip injury he had. Landon Jackson. I really like Landon Jackson. Jahad Campbell, linebacker. They do need linebacker. I can see. Yeah, Coastal Leveling here. You could take Coastal Leveling here. Demetrius Knight Jr. Let's look at how well they are in coverage between Jahad Campbell and Demetrius. He's 81 grade against run, 76 pass rush grade, 80 coverage grade. That's really good. 6'3", 244, so he's not undersized. That's really good. They could take linebacker here. I think there will be edge rusher still available at pick 46. The linebacker could also be available. Nick Scorton is really good, though. Look at him real quick. Mark Membu, tackle. That's really good. Nick Scorton had an 80 grade this year, 82 overall grade last year. Had 4 sacks this year, 8 last year, 2 the year before that. So the production isn't quite there on paper, but when you watch him play, he is very disruptive. He has a lot of potential. Darius Alexander could really sneak in the first round this year. I think he's really going to rise up draft boards. This is just tough right now. Tyleek Williams, Tyranny lineman. I'll say we go ahead. I think actually I'm going to take Trey Amos here. He's a little bit more safer pick right here than Shavon Vale. They don't really need a cornerback one because you have AJ Terrell, so why not go with the safer cornerback here? You can go with Trey Amos from Ole Miss with the 27th pick. Are we back up on the board right now? So we just cornerback need. You got edge rusher right here, JT Tumolo from Ohio State. I really like him. You got Alfred Collins here. You got Darren Porter Jr., Jared Ivey, Joshua Farmer. He's gonna rise up boards. Omar Norman Lott, Princely Ellen. I really like him. He's very athletic. He's not the biggest corner. He's not the biggest edge rusher though. But he's 6'4", 255. So he had some size to him. I don't know why I thought his measurables were smaller. He could definitely be a pick right here. Go Ole Miss the first 2 picks. You got JT from Ohio State. He probably put out the most tape this year between the two. He had 15 sacks this year. 15, which is a little bit inflated. He played 16 games, but still 15 sacks. He had 4 the year before that. 8 in 2022, so had a little down year, but then brought it back up this year. 6'5", 269. Great size. Let me look at Ellen real quick. 11 sacks this year, 7 2023, 6 the year before. He had a 90 grade in true pass rush sets, 91 pass rush grade. Yeah. JT didn't do quite as well pass rush grade, but had an 87 run defense grade. 78 run defense grade for Princely. How old is Princely though, real quick? He's about to be 23. JT he's younger, so he's about to be 22. It's difficult right here. It's between these two players to me. I think they really need an edge rusher. I don't really think you can go that wrong with either player. I'm gonna go with Princely. So we took 2 Ole Miss players in the first 2 rounds of this draft. So we got 3 more picks in this draft. We got pick 91, pick 116, pick 164. All right, back up on the board, Nick Imawari. That's a very intriguing player right there. Has great physical tools. Like I said earlier, when we took Xavier Watson in the last draft, I said you pair him up with Jesse Bates, let him mentor him. Got a really good safety duo. Yeah, it's between Nick Imawari. Could go Mason Taylor here, tight end. Harold Fannin Jr. here, tight end. He's very similar to Kyle Pitts, so I don't know if you want to take 2 guys like that. 2 guys that are like, they're really wide receivers, but not fast enough to be wide receivers, but would be considered very athletic tight ends. Yeah, I think Nick Imawari right here makes a lot of sense. Yeah, I think that's pretty much what we're going to do right here. At pick 91, we're going to take safety from South Carolina, Nick Imawari. So now we didn't address cornerback, we didn't address edge rusher, we didn't address safety. On the board right here, pick 116. Got Barrett Carter, so you could go that linebacker. I really like Jalen Noel from Iowa State. He could be a really good pick right here. They do need wide receiver. Could go guard, Willie Lumpkin. Torrey Horton. He's a very good wide receiver, a little more athletic, I'll probably say. Yeah, I think it's pretty. Oh, Barrett Carter, Jalen Noel. Pick again at 164. I don't think a wide receiver his caliber is going to be there at 164. We're going Jalen Noel from Iowa State. We pick 116. All right, back on the board. Pick 164. This is our last pick in this draft. So we've taken wide receiver. We've taken edge. Taking cornerback. Only thing we haven't taken is linebacker. Cody Simon. I really like him from Ohio State. I think we go linebacker here, but we have 3 choices. We have Danny Stutzman from Oklahoma, Cody Lindenberg from Minnesota, and Cody Simon. To me, I'm just gonna go with whoever has the best pass coverage grade. Coverage grade for Cody Simon is 72.5. Coverage grade for Cody Lindenberg, 61. And the coverage grade for Danny Stutzman is 46. So yeah, Cody Simon, I think is the obvious answer here. I think you want a guy who can do a little bit of both pass rush and cover. I think Cody Simon can do that. All right, so that's it for this draft. Let's look at our grade. All right, so they're saying we took yeah, this is how you know PFF isn't always in tune. This time we should have took Dylan Gabriel over Nick Imawari, which makes no sense since they got their quarterback. So let's look at what we did in this draft. So we traded the 15th overall pick. We traded that back to the Ravens for the 27th pick in the first round and a 3rd round pick, pick 91, because I wanted to get more draft capital in this draft since this is a deep draft, has a lot of talent. Falcons don't have many picks in this draft, so that's the first trade we made. We also traded Kirk Cousins to the Browns for a 5th round pick this year, pick 164, and a 7th rounder next year. So that's all the trades we made in this draft. Our first pick, we took Trey Amos from Ole Miss, cornerback. Just our cornerback need. I think he's good in both zone and man. I wouldn't say he's great in either one, but he's really good in both. So that makes him a safer pick for me, especially pairing him with AJ Terrell, Jesse Bates. Then we went and took edge rusher at the second pick. We took Princely Umangallen from Ole Miss. That was an A grade they gave us for that. Then we went and took safety Nick Imawari, pair him with Jesse Bates, let him learn from Jesse Bates. Jesse Bates is getting a little older, so I think you have a good safety duo right there. We took corner, so you have a good cornerback duo. Then we took edge rusher. Because, like I said, addressing the defense, that's what I would focus on this draft. So I don't think they're far from competing in that division. Then fourth round, we finally went offense. We took wide receiver Jalen Noel from Iowa State. I think he's a really good wide receiver. He's played with a bigger wide receiver, with Higgins at Iowa State, so he should fit in great with Drake London. Then we went back for defense, and we took linebacker Cody Simon from Ohio State in the 5th round. That's all our picks for the second draft. Let me know how y'all feel about the second draft. Which one do y'all like better? Do y'all like the first draft better? Do y'all like the second draft better? I think we finished in the top 42% of this draft. I think last draft we finished in the top 25%. Give me y'all grade on this. This is PFF, so I will drop the link down below if y'all want to do your own mock drafts. Let me know who y'all would have taken, what trades y'all would have made. And yeah, check out my other mock drafts. They should be popping up on the board right now. We did the Giants. We did the Panthers. We did the Steelers, Browns, Eagles. We did a bunch of teams so far. We're going to keep doing these drafts. Run these likes up. Subscribe. And yeah, I'll see y'all in the next video.
It ain't our ball. It ain't our ball. It ain't our ball. It's our ball, ain't it? It's our ball. Hey!